Many thanks for joining us on the newsroom. I am Annetta Felix. Members of the National Working Committee have been denied entry to the All Progressives Congress headquarters as policemen have sealed off the National Secretariat of the ruling APC on the orders of the Inspector General of Police. The order was handed down through the FCT Commissioner of Police to the APC Chief Security Officer. A party member disclosed that the seal-off was to enable the police boss and the two NWC groups review and discuss the various court orders on the APC and its members.
The party, led by the president himself, Bola Tinubu, should come in to settle the crisis in the party. When the party begin to do the right thing, and what is the right thing? Follow the constitution of the party. I think we will solve all this problem. When there is illegality, when the foundation is wrong, then anything you build will not stand. Will not stand. So what we have seen interplay is illegality, abuse of the party constitutions. So, in resolving the crisis, let's go back to what the constitution says for officers to occupy an NWC. It is clear. The NWC is a product of the convention. A lot of things that have happened today is because we got it wrong from the convention.
A federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, has barred Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo from participating in the People's Democratic Party governorship primary slated for Thursday, June 25th, 2020. The suit was instituted by one of the governorship aspirants of the PDP, Omorege Ogbedeihama. Ogbedeihama had reportedly vowed not to step down for Obaseki and prayed the court to stop him from participating in the primary on several grounds. He argued that Obaseki recently joined the party and that only those who purchased the forms during the stipulated window before the waiver granted Obaseki and his deputy Philip Shraibu should be allowed to partake in the primaries. Meanwhile, APC governorship aspirant Osage Izeyamu is appealing to Obaseki to return to the APC. Izeyamu made the appeal while delivering his acceptance speech on Monday after emerging the APC flag bearer for the Edo governorship election. Now, despite the crisis ravaging the ruling All Progressives Congress, Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has expressed confidence over the victory of the All Progressives Congress in the forthcoming governorship elections in Edo and Ondo State. Bello said this while addressing State House correspondents after a meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja on Monday. Also, Governor Bello insisted that the APC is not divided.
Security is... Our party is one solid party that in a particular big family like that, you won't rule out any misunderstanding in one way or the other. But I can assure you that our party is strong under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari. And as a father, he is already looking into it, and I can assure you we're going to come out very strong. We're going to go to Edo State, and we shall win Edo State election overwhelmingly for APC. We're going to go to Ondo State and win it overwhelmingly for APC. We will take Anambra State and record it as a second APC state from the southeast and integrate our Igbo brothers into the fold. And we're going to take Ekiti once again and Osun. So we're going to continue to expand our coast. So APC is strong. We're not divided. We're only seeing one same point from different angles. And we're trying to make ourselves understand, the point.
Away from politics now, the Nigerian Air Force says they have foiled an attack by armed bandits in Kaduna State. In a statement on Monday, Coordinator, Defense Media Operations, Defense Headquarters, Major General John Enenche, said personnel of the 404 Force Protection Group, Nigeria Air Force Base Kaduna, thwarted the planned attack in the early hours of Sunday. He explained that this follows reports that some cattle rustlers and armed bandits had raided the Fulani settlement adjacent to the NAF base and seized some herds of cattle from herders at gunpoint. He added that there were no casualties to any civilian or NAF personnel in the encounter and that some of the bandits managed to escape with gunshot wounds. And still on security matters, governors in north-central Nigeria have met with the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss measures on how the rising cases of insecurity in the north can be tackled. Addressing State House correspondents after the meeting, Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello says his committee has been liaising with concerned security agencies to find a lasting solution to the spate of insecurity in the region. Governor of Zamfara State, Bello, who was also at the meeting, said his administration is on top of its game to ensure the rising cases of insecurity is reduced to the nearest minimum. At least 23 persons were killed in a recent attack on the Ruwantofa community in Zamfara State.
Security is topmost priority of this administration. And we're doing our best to ensure that the nation is secured. As northern region governors, we met and decided that we must tackle insecurity head-on. So basically, my committee is to liaise with the various security agencies and security operatives to ensure that the necessary security architecture is put in place, and to ensure that it is enforced. At the end of the day, we get the best secured region and that of the country at large.
The issue of the security that is bedeviling the state, Zamfara State, we have discussed intensively about the issue of insecurity in the northern Nigeria, not just Zamfara State, which today we met in the National Security Advisor's Office with northern governors with the Inspector General of Police and other security agencies at NSA office, which we discussed seriously on the issues of insecurity, which the Chief of Staff invited me today to come and brief him about the issue of insecurity in my state, which I did. And we have discussed about it, and he understands where we're going. The security are doing very well, and they have been working about 1 month. And we see the result. They recorded a lot of successes in their operations. And you know, this operation, it has to be ongoing, which they are doing. And we have more support for all what they need from the state. And we assure Nigerians that, inshallah, within some few days, they will achieve what they are doing.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuko Buratai, has charged commanders, officers and men of the Nigerian Army to redouble their efforts towards ensuring that all security threats in Nigeria are effectively checkmated. The Army Chief gave the marching order at a conference with principal staff officers, general officers commanding and field commanders in Abuja. Addressing journalists after the meeting, the Acting Director, Army Public Relations, says the meeting is essentially a wake-up call to combat Boko Haram terrorism and all forms of criminality across the country.
General Buratai directed all commanders, general officers, commanding and field commanders, all officers and men of the Nigerian Army to ensure that the charge given by Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief must be fully implemented so as to speedily crush Boko Haram terrorism and the myriad of security threats facing the nation. He wants to see all in the Nigerian Army operations and the security team. There is no or failures. The situation must be reversed immediately.
COVID-19 update is up next on the newsroom. Do stay with us. And 7 persons have tested positive to novel coronavirus in Nigeria. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control announced this in a late-night tweet via its official Twitter handle on Monday. According to the health agency, 7,109 patients have been successfully discharged and treated, while 525 have died as a result of the virus. In Monday's reports, Lagos State recorded the highest number of new cases with 288, and Oyo was second with 76. The newly confirmed cases bring Nigeria's COVID-19 toll to 20,919. 13 more members of the Imo State House of Assembly have tested positive for COVID-19. Spokesman for the Imo State Task Force on Coronavirus, Chinedu Iwala, confirmed this to newsmen on Tuesday. This brings the total number of lawmakers in Imo who are COVID-19 positive to 14. The infected lawmakers have gone into self-isolation, and the State Assembly complex in Owerri has remained shut since the first lawmaker was diagnosed with the virus. Let's go on a break here and update you with the latest in business when we return. Nigeria's candidates in the election for a new Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, is emphasizing the need to revive the WTO to meet the needs of its members. In an opinion piece published by Project Syndicate, Okonjo-Iweala said the World Trade Organization has been unable to conclude a single trade negotiation round of global trade talks since it was established in 1995. She said some people regard the WTO as an ineffective policeman of an outdated rulebook which is not adaptable to the challenges of the 21st century. However, she said the WTO has not been a failure despite its challenges, as it has built on the successes of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, which was enacted in 1948. The United Nations has resolved to dispatch a fact-finding mission to Libya after the International Criminal Court said mass graves discovered recently in the country may constitute war crimes. The UN resolution condemned all acts of violence in Libya, expressing concerns at reports of torture, sexual and gender-based violence, and harsh conditions in prisons and detention centers. At the Council's resumed session, the resolution to probe human rights abuses in the North African country was adopted by consensus. The experts are mandated to document alleged violations and abuses of international human rights law and international humanitarian law by all parties in Libya since the beginning of 2016. Let's now talk sports. Prosecutors in Spain have accused Everton boss Carlo Ancelotti of not paying €1 million in taxes. The charge relates to tax due for image rights earnings during the Italians' time as Real Madrid boss in 2014 to 2015. The Madrid prosecutor's office claims his 61-year-old concealed revenues intending to avoid his tax duties towards the public treasury with no justification. Ancelotti is yet to respond, and Everton say they have no comment to make. And that's it in the newsroom. Many thanks for watching.